stock traders. I hope you had a good day. Today was a little rough for me. I definitely had a lot of action going on. Had to make some moves, had to do some different stuff. Just on the top 7 from yesterday, it would have been a 1.6% loss. Although overall, I got a 0.27 gain. That is my 6th day in a row of a gain. And I was able to do that because of a really slick intraday trade that I had early on today. So I had one good trade and it helped me to be successful. If you're following the top 7 list, and you were to invest in all the picks from the top 7 list, you should be around 5% up so far this month. So we would keep track of that, and that should be about where you're at. So far year to date, for my personal Catalyst portfolio, I'm up 262.73%. That is really great. That's way above my 200% goal that I had at the beginning of the year, and it is a record for me. So that is awesome too, just to beat 2019. So I was excited about that. So I want to talk about the day trade that I had. I day traded AQST, and I day traded it for an 18.7% gain early this morning. It was a really good trade. I was able to see that news early and then take advantage and trade it before all the Schwab and TD Ameritrade and E-Trade people came online, and then the stock surged after that, and then I was able to find a good exit point and sell it for an 18.7% gain. Took about 25 minutes, so that was pretty great. Whenever you're doing an intraday trade, I highly recommend nothing else can be going on. You have to pay attention to what you're doing, and you must have a plan. You must have a plan for entry, and you must have a plan for exit, and you must execute that plan with no emotion. That is key. That is absolutely key. That little tip was brought to you today by Webull. Webull allows you to be able to trade as early as 3 in the morning Central Time, and that really helps you if you are to take advantage of a surging stock. And so that's something you might take a look at. If you're looking for a powerful broker, please check it out in the description down below. You get 1 free stock when you sign up. You get another free stock when you deposit money, so that's very good. So I had a lot of sales today. I kind of went sales crazy, but I kind of had to. There's some different changes with the portfolio that I had, and also I was in more stocks typically than I like to be in because it's hard for me to focus on so many different stocks at one time. So here it goes. Here's some of the different trades that I made, some of the different sales. I sold KN off the list from yesterday for a 1.6% gain. That one had just hit 3 days, and so it was time to get out of it. I felt like it was a really good trade. It only made 1.6, but that was a safe stock to be in. I'll take it. It was good. And then I sold ANGO, which was a little bit more volatile and had a lower volume, and so I am glad I got out of that one. Sold it for a 1.6% gain. It had been 3 days since insider activity, kind of the same thing, so it was my insider swing play, and it was just time to get out. And then I sold SEDG. This was a changing fundamentals trade that I did, and I've really never done one of those before, so it was a different strategy. Anyway, I sold it for a 6.5% gain. I'm really happy with that, considering that I've really never done that type of trade before, so that was broadening my horizons, so that was really great. And then I sold HZNP, and the reason why I sold it, I actually didn't catch this soon enough, and that's one of the reasons why I don't like to be in too many stocks at a time. I was really nicely up in this, but I sold it for a 0.5% loss. They decided to do an offering. This was a changing fundamentals play that I had from the day before. It was in the list, and I just wasn't able to pay attention to it, and I didn't catch it. And I saw it going down, and I was like, what's going on? And then finally I found the news, and it was time to get out. And then I sold PCN today for a 3.3% loss. Their earnings and some other things that had happened did not turn out so well, so that was not a very good trade. I know better than to be in news events, and I did it anyway. You know, hey, sometimes I make mistakes. The key is I have a strategy for each and every trade that I make. I recognize when I've made a mistake and move on without emotion. It's time to move on. I made a mistake. It didn't work out. There are some of these trades that are not going to work out, and when I'm on my game, I'm picking about 70 to 80% good stocks, maybe 90% good stocks, stocks that I'll make money on, good plays. It's really important to recognize those and just move on. So a book I'm reading right now is The Playbook, and I'm really enjoying it. And one of the statements that I read in one of the first chapters was, you are only good as the stocks that you are in. And this is Mike Bellafiore. I am just really enjoying this book. I highly recommend it. I think it's something you should pick up and take a look at. We should have a link in the description down below. But that is just so important. And I mentioned before, when I'm really doing well and picking good stocks, I'm picking about a 70% win rate. My average is right around there. You know, some months I'll be at 80%. I think last month I was right at 79%. So it's really important to pick good stocks to be in. And every stock that I pick is a stock that I have a reason to get in. It's not because I'm super smart, it's because I have certain plays that I do, and they match to certain strategies that I like to use. And that's really important. So it's really important to develop a playbook and write down some of your great strategies. Write down what you're looking for in a trade. For example, if you're looking to get into an FDA run-up, make sure it has all the things that you are looking for in that FDA run-up stock. Anyway, I just encourage you to read that book. I think it's a really good read. I'm definitely enjoying it. All right, let's get to the top 7. We definitely got lots of top 7 stocks to get to. I want you to know that I cover all of these with the Patreon group that we have that's forming. It's a growing group. It's about 150 investors. We enjoy really working together and really helping one another, helping each other not to get so emotional. I definitely felt that today on the channel. There were a lot of people getting emotional, but we just try to help each other. It's a really good group, and there are a lot of great suggestions and a lot of great strategies, and you can learn from being a part of it. So please check it out in the description down below. Okay, so I have one pick that is not in the top 7. So I'm now in 8 stocks because of how many were sold. And so the one pick that's not in the top 7, and this is brand new, is ROKU. ROKU. I thought I got a great price on this, and I really feel like I did. But today, this was down 6.98%, so it didn't have the greatest of days. They had great earnings, but then they had kind of a weird comment about advertising, and it really threw off investors. And there was lots of selling throughout the day. I was able to pick a really good price, so I'm expecting this to run up over the next couple of days. I do think it was really positive earnings. You couldn't have had better earnings, and so I felt good about it. So that's the one that's outside, kind of looking in the top 7. Number 7, and I've gotten so much flack for this. I'm still up in it because when I first recommended it, this stock was right at $8.40. So, and I understand it really jumped up and now it's kind of sagged down, but it's had tons of insider activity, and that's PSTI. So today it finished down another 7.99%. I am still in it because it is still part of my strategy, and so it really stinks. You know, I'm hoping that this thing turns around. It's up a little bit in after hours, so hopefully we get a nice day. We've definitely had some pain that we've been going through, but Clover Wolf Capital has been buying shares multiple days, and so that was the reason why I was interested in it, because it's really bullish to me when I see a company go into a stock more than once, and that's actually what I'm looking for. And so I like PSTI for that reason. So it's number 7. I'm expecting to make a recovery. Definitely some people are upset about that, but hey, not every pick is going to work out in this list. I definitely do my best to do my due diligence on each and every one, and there's a reason behind every single pick that I make. Number 6 is NGM. NGM's doing pretty good for me, and hopefully it's doing well for you. Today it finished down 1.46%, but it had some 10% owners that have really gone in on the stock, so this is another insider swing play. They purchased quite a bit of shares in multiple days, and so I like this one definitely. NGM is a good pick. Number 5 is TTOO. I know I moved it down to number 5. I had a little bit of a down day today, but it had such a great day yesterday, and I'm expecting more things coming up. Finished down 2.37% today. Earnings are coming up on this, and I expect those to be blockbuster because they've been selling those sepsis tests, and I'm expecting them to report that and for it to be very positive. So that is number 5 is TTOO. Number 4, and this one's moved way up in the list, even though it's a PDUFA run-up that's quite a ways away, but AQST continues to do well each and every day. I'm just loving this stock. I got a great price on it. It's been on the list for a little while. You should be making really good money on it. It was up 2.45% today. They have a PDUFA date of September 28th, and one of my favorite things that I look for when I'm doing a PDUFA run-up play, that's one of my plays in my playbook, they have an $18 average analyst price target. Now, I usually don't pay attention to the analysts. Most analysts aren't very good at picking these price targets, and they hardly ever hit them. But for so many analysts to be anywhere between $16 to $24 a share on this stock, I feel really good about that as far as a run-up goes. If they get approval on this, I think it's got a lot further to go, so it's really good. Number 3 is SBH. It's Sally Beauty Holdings, and they are up 1.29% today. They've had multiple insider buys day after day after day, and so I really like that, and different officers. So this one was in number 1 yesterday. It had a good day, but I felt like I needed to move it a little bit down just because it's been 1 day since the insider activity. But overall, I'm very positive on it. I'm really well up in it. You should be too if you added it at the time when I recommended it. And I think this has a lot further to go. Number 2 is GPRE. This is another insider swing play, and it finished up 1.48%. It had more insider buying today, so fresh insider activity. It finished up 1.48%. The CEO bought shares, and now a director has bought shares. That's my favorite. I love it when multiple insiders buy shares. Even if it's a smaller amount, it lets you kind of know, usually that works really well for me, and that is a great play. Number one, and this is new to the list, this is ENTH. So ENTH had a $3.6 million insider buy by the CEO, and he paid exactly what me and you were paying, and it is extremely bullish. Now, this activity happened after the video was made last time. I called it out immediately to our Patreon group. If you don't want to miss out on those notifications, knowing that the market moves so quickly, I highly recommend you check that out. So ENTH finished up 6.45% on it. Just about everyone in the Patreon group made a really nice percentage on this today. It was just really bullish insider activity. 3.6 million is quite a bit, so I feel that that's going to be really good. I do a lot of work for this list, so I'd appreciate it if you could hit that most amazing and wonderful like button. Also, if you would share this video with your friends, I would really appreciate that. If you're seeing me for the first time and you like what I have to say, I do one of these videos each and every business day, and so hit that bell notification, and please subscribe. I would just so appreciate that. Well, let's finish this week off right. Have a good end of the week. I'm looking forward to a trading day tomorrow. Raythoven out.